Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. One more video while I'm out doing my hiking today. Let's talk about law. Let's talk about legal arguments. I have a list of things. These are very important things that I have to think about when I'm having a debate about legal issues with a friend or a stranger on the internet or this dude on Twitter, FetPet, whatever. Here's the questions, all right? Number one. Can I argue both sides of a case? If I have an opinion about a case, I think it was decided right, or I think it was decided wrong, or I have an opinion on a law, and I think it is unconstitutional for this reason or that reason, can I argue both sides? It does not matter if I think the opposing side is right, has any justification, or is completely batshit crazy. Can I argue that side? If I can't, I don't have a complete view. It doesn't mean that you have to think they're right. It doesn't have to mean that you think they're valid, but you have to understand and be capable of arguing their legal rationale. Okay? Second, is the person I'm debating with capable of arguing both sides? Are they capable of even expressing the logic or presuppositions or justification of the opposing side, which would be my side if they're arguing with me, theoretically. In this case, it's literally not. I'm looking at both sides of an immigration question and thinking, this is interesting, and he is in an absolute, there you cannot even question. There's nothing to think about. It's a conspiracy from Newsweek. Okay, fine, whatever. The answer is no. He's not capable of seeing both sides, arguing both sides. You don't have to agree with both sides, but you do have to be able to argue them, conceptualize them, okay? If both of these things are false, if the first one's false, you shouldn't be arguing this particular case. If you cannot come up with the logic, understand the legal principle or whatever, the argument of the other side, if you can't comprehend their argument and defend it, don't talk about it. 2. Okay? You can throw it away after you do defend it because you can say, hey, look, I defended this and it's a pile of shit as far as logic goes. 2, if your opponent, conversation partner, whatever, if the person you're conversing with cannot do the same thing, cannot argue the other side, don't talk to them. Just get rid of them. They're not capable of the reasoning necessary to make this a profitable conversation or even an enlightening conversation. Unless you're doing a psychology research project on closed-minded people, no good for you. Third, number 3. Have you read the decision or have you read the news? Now, I understand people don't have time. I don't have time to spend 10 hours wading through every Supreme Court decision that I talk about. Okay, some of them I have actually read multiple times. Like, there are some passages in Citizens United and Hobby Lobby that I have memorized. It's just, I've read them a lot. But you do have to scan, you have to read the briefs, you have to get through at least a little bit of direct knowledge, not what CNN or USA Today told you, okay? And this goes for your opponent as well. Can they reference something besides a news or a journalistic article on the topic? All right? And yes, findlaw.com is journalism. Okay? You have to be able to follow the references. You don't have to read them all, but you have to follow the references. Okay? Number 4, can you correctly identify and defend that identification, the basic principles of law or history of jurisprudence? Can you say, hey, Hobby Lobby is an RFRA case, not a First Amendment case? Can you say Citizens United is a First Amendment case, not a campaign finance case? Can you identify the principles of law from the decision? Or if it's a law and you disagree with the law, can you identify the principles of law for and against? Pretty simple, all right? That's it. This is a really short video, but I just wanted to throw that out there because I just got hammered with this guy link bombing me with no references, saying that absolute conspiracy of Newsweek is the only reason for something he can't answer a question about, because there is no question. So if you can't argue both sides, you don't have an argument. And this is really basic law, okay? If you're going to be a lawyer and you can't argue your opponent's side, you're going to be a really shitty lawyer. Stay sideways. Have a good one.